Tottenham Hotspur 1, Liverpool 0. Tottenham take a very much needed step towards Wembley in this first leg of the Carabao Cup semifinal. Welcome into Top of the Perch. I'm your host, as always, Nick Burt. I don't think we truly expected a lot to come of this game. I don't think a lot of us are expecting much to come of this whole semifinal in general, given the way Tottenham Hotspur have been playing the past 2 months, basically, it feels like. Injuries galore, this team just falling apart at the seams, losing games we shouldn't. It's all been a disaster. Yet today felt like it was a team that's bought in to the idea of going out and winning something this year. This has to be one of the best performances I've seen from this team this year. You are going up against a Liverpool team that has not, they haven't lost in 20 plus matches. And they are probably the hottest team in all of Europe right now. And today, Tottenham Hotspur put on just a immaculate performance. It does kind of leave you speechless because in this game, like, it was ugly at points. There were a few players that weren't having the best of games. Mostly looking at our two wingers, it is what it is. But this is when I wish that the Carabao Cup was a single leg, because if it was, I mean, I don't even know what I'd be saying right now. I think Liverpool would have played the game differently, though, so it doesn't really matter in the end. We do have to mention, as we go through these highlights, obviously not a lot happened in the first half, but Rodrigo Bentancur going down in the 6th minute, very scary situation. It took him basically 10 minutes to get him stretchered off the field. I hope he's going to be okay, but it was a really, really tough scene to watch. I was surprised with how well this team played following that. Usually when you see injuries like that happen, it kind of takes a lot out of a team. This team, and especially with it being early on in the game too, this team was different. This team was different today. It was looking like a team that was playing to win. And I don't have the words for the performance that we saw today from our brand new goalkeeper, Antonin KINSKY. He has been in England for 3 days. He has been a Tottenham Hotspur player for 2 days. And here he is getting his first start in a Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. And he is immaculate in net today. I truly don't think I have many other words than immaculate. This kid, he's insane. This was an absolutely insane performance that we saw today. All credit in the world to, we've been ragging on ownership, as it should be. But them going out and actually getting a keeper early on, knowing that we needed a keeper, and finding him, our king now, KINSKY, and getting it done quickly too. Like, nobody heard anything about, Tottenham are messing around with a transfer fee. They want it lower, as you usually see with Tottenham and transfers. No, it was basically just Tottenham are signing him. That's the beginning and end of it. They went out and got what seems to be a very good keeper. You're putting up a clean sheet against the best team in Europe right now. I believe he made 6 or 7 saves on the night. My oh my, that's different. That's different right there. It's hard to find the words for the performance that we saw tonight from him. That has to be one of the best debut performances I think I've ever seen from a player in a Tottenham shirt. Honestly, that it truly is insane. You know, I do look back at this game a little bit, like right around the 55th minute. Alisson was messing around with the ball. Bergvall knocked it away twice. Porro got a rebound. He shot it, went right off Virgil, rebounded again. I mean, it should have been 1-0 there. They had Postecoglou on the ground pounding the grass. That it should have been 1-0 at that point, yet it wasn't. I mean, Tottenham, they had, it felt like, the better opportunities in this game. The stats don't say it that way, but for quality opportunities, I was shocked with how well this Tottenham team looked today. And I was really glad to see that Lucas Bergvall got the start today in the midfield, because it feels like we've kind of been crying out for him to play more. He played a full 90 today. He picked up a bad yellow card. Maybe should have had a second. But here we are anyways, putting up an incredible performance. Radu Dragusin, great performance. I think he had like 2 goal line clearances in the 70th minute or 71st minute, somewhere around there. I know at some point in there too, it was Dominic Solanke put the ball in the back of the net. VAR overturns it for an offsides. I believe that was right around 75th, 76th minute. Alisson came out of the net. Solanke, easy finisher. He was offsides though, and this game remained at 0-0. It was very close. I got to give it to them. It was very close to being on there, but instead it was not. So at this point, we're heading into the 84th minute, and it truly feels like it could be 2-0 Tottenham at this point. And that is when Bergvall has his potential second yellow. It is what it is. But beautiful cross into the box finds Solanke. Solanke gets it to Bergvall, and Bergvall puts it away at the near post to give Tottenham a 1-0 lead. His first goal in a Spurs shirt. Goes for the knee slide. My oh my, this was a culmination of a lot of things, I feel like, for Tottenham Hotspur tonight. I am just, wow. It truly is amazing, this club. It can be the absolute worst of times, and then you're flying high. Now listen. I still 100% am not expecting to be playing at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final on March 16th. Completely honesty, I still think we probably lose the second leg. But I'm not letting that take away from what tonight was. Tonight just, it felt like a game Tottenham needed, and they got it. And it was in special ways too. Obviously, KINSKY, his first match as a Tottenham Hotspur player, and just an absolute masterclass performance. You get Lucas Bergvall scoring his first goal for Tottenham. I don't know. Maybe this team that's been cursed at Anfield forever finds a way. Maybe they find a way. I don't know. I don't think they do. But if they do, which it's been a lot of discussion with the result of the first leg in the other match. It was Newcastle 3, Woolwich 0. It's looking like Newcastle will be on to Wembley. If you get a Newcastle Spurs final, that's insane. That is true insanity. 2 clubs that are just, they are dying of thirst for a trophy. And the fact that it's that as what would be a potential final is insane. Again, it's going to be Newcastle Liverpool. We have such bad luck at Anfield. I worry. Yes, it's nice to have at least a 1-goal advantage going into the second leg. I don't know if it ends up mattering, honestly. But here we are anyways. What a night. What a night for Tottenham Hotspur. I know it doesn't mean anything at all, but what a night. Let's get into the stats. Liverpool controlled possession in this game, 60-40 split. They had the more shots in this game, 14-9. They had the more shots on target in this game, 7-4. I mean, Liverpool controlled the stats tonight. Expected goals, obviously the shots, passes. They controlled it all tonight. But Tottenham Hotspur still walked away with a 1-0 win. I mean, look at that expected goals, 1.13 to 0.89. Now, obviously that's quite close, but I mean, still, that is the fact that Tottenham are walking away with a win tonight is it's special. You can tell that things are starting to click with this team. I know injuries have absolutely derailed this season. The league is lost, but I mean, if you can come away with, we are 90 minutes away basically from a Carabao Cup final. We are 90 minutes away, which means, we are theoretically 180 minutes away from a trophy, technically. If you're going to look at it in the macro view, we are 180 minutes away from winning a trophy for the first time since 2008. I'm not getting my hopes up again. I'm not, but just on the off chance that it does happen, that saves everything. That buys so much more time. It maybe buys buy-in to this whole Postecoglou plan because we're getting in scary times. Just days ago, it felt like, obviously with the Newcastle loss at home. Prior to that, the Wolves draw at home. Prior to that, the Forest loss. I'm to the point I think it was Liverpool before that. I honestly don't remember at this point. But if you come away with silverware this year, you get 10,000% buy-in from everybody. Absolutely everybody gets bought into this. And maybe it happens. Maybe it does. Most likely doesn't, but maybe it does. Just maybe. You never know. Let's get into the player ratings. Son, I didn't think he had the best of days. He got subbed off in the 72nd minute for Timo Werner, who I honestly thought did better than usual today. Son, not the best of days. He does get his, at least, he technically signed it, but it was written in his previous contract that he would have a 1-year extension, club option. So, Son back for another year. Dominic Solanke got the assist. He could have had 1 or 2 goals tonight. 7-9. He is showing the player that he could be with Tottenham Hotspur. Dejan Kulusevski, for him, probably not the best of nights. It is what it is. 6-9. Rodrigo Bentancur, I'm hoping that he's okay. He got subbed off eventually in the 15th minute. 6-2. Not much to grade there. Yves Bissouma, I didn't think had the worst of games. He had a yellow card, 7-7. Lucas Bergvall, your goal scorer for the game, 8-6. Maybe should have been sent off right before that goal, but here we are anyways. 8-6. What an incredible performance from him. I hope to be seeing him again on the weekend. We'll get into the weekend in a second because I think it's going to be quite interesting to see how this team looks. Jed Spence, he locked up Mohamed Salah tonight. Salah was quiet. Jed Spence had him in his back pocket. That was an absolutely insane performance. That may be the best performance I've seen from Jed Spence ever. Literally ever. I think it might be. What a performance from him in 8-4. Radu Dragic had 2 crucial goal line clearances to keep this game at 0-0 at that point. 7-5. Archie Gray. Again, the fact that he's playing out of position and is still doing quite well. 7-7. Great player. Pedro Porro, that miss is kind of unforgivable, honestly. Like, that was not good. 7-4. Antonin KINSKY, man of the match, player of the match, whatever you want to call it, 9-5. Your first game in North London. You've been in England for 3 days, and you put up a clean sheet against the best team in Europe. Absolutely insane. This kid may be a star, honestly. I can't wait to see him develop. I truly hope he turns out to be everything and more, because that would be absolutely incredible. Our 2 subs for the game, Brendan Johnson was brought on in the 15th minute for Rodrigo Bentancur. He earns a 6-6. I mean, it was okay. It was what it was. And Timo Werner, as I mentioned, I didn't think he did that bad today. 6-8, which is level with Son, who he got subbed on for. So, given that for Tottenham Hotspur, it is once again cup action this weekend, except it's not the Carabao Cup. It is the Emirates FA Cup, of course. Tottenham are traveling to 5th tier Tamworth. They're headed to the Lamb Ground. I'm going to be quite interested to see what this lineup looks like. There should be zero reason that a lot of, you're looking at your Kulusevskis, your Solankes, your Sons. There's zero reason they truly should play in this game. Tottenham Hotspur will find a way, though, when they're down 1-0 in the 70th minute. But I hope to see all the youth this weekend. I know it sounds like Mikey Moore potentially back in the fold. Jan Heung-min, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. We will get it figured out, though. The player that we signed from South Korea in the summer has finally come in this transfer window. He was loaned back out to South Korea for the end of their season in the K-League. I'd like to see him play. I'd love to see KINSKY in net again. I hope we're getting Bergvall. I hope we're getting Gray. I want to see kids. I want to see the kids play. I want to see our U18s, our U21s, all our top talent. I want to see them all. Again, we shouldn't have to play our Sons, our Kulusevskis, our Solankes this weekend. We shouldn't, but we are going to end up having to when we're down 1-0, because that is Tottenham. I'm hopeful, though. Start off the FA Cup run. Let's hope it goes well, but who knows? Probably not, because looming right after that is the North London Derby. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Top the Perch. Thank you so much for watching. If you just stumbled across this video, click like, click subscribe, tell anybody you know about it. We'll be back. I believe it is Sunday, that FA Cup match. So we will see you Sunday night to recap that match from the Lamb Ground on the next episode of Top of the Perch.